Hey everyone, thank you for joining me, Laura Wayman, the Dementia Whisperer, for my weekly Facebook Live show. When it comes to keeping an individual or group of residents with dementia symptoms active and engaged, there is no one-size-fits-all to this challenge. People who have dementia may exhibit signs of apathy and withdrawal, such as falling asleep or becoming easily distracted. This can make engaging them in a meaningful way particularly difficult. Dementia-aware engagement is a positive action approach to activities that engages the person with dementia so they can continue to participate in one-on-one or group activities and contribute to what is going on around them. This method, based in a loving approach to dementia care, takes into account the person's interests and strengths to tailor activities that the person is more likely to engage in and customizes the activity level type to each individual. So why does it become more difficult for an individual with any level of cognitive loss to take part in activities? Well, a healthy brain is so good at accessing this information, thinking and solving problems that you don't even notice it working. Tasks that you've practiced many times start to seem simple, but even simple tasks use many different parts of our brain in amazingly complex ways. Think about all the different steps and processes involved in getting yourself a glass of water or driving a car. When a person has loss of brain function from a cause of dementia symptoms, their brain starts to struggle with the necessary processing steps our healthy brain accesses without having to stop and think about how to do this, taking for granted how much thinking or processing this actually takes. The individuals with dementia symptoms begin to struggle accessing all of the things they have learned or have difficulty getting that information and then putting it in the right order. At first, dementia-challenged adults might struggle with accessing or thinking of words or associating a face with a name. They may not be able to process that they just told a story a few minutes ago and tell the story again and again. Their brain might not be able to access the information of where they put something, or get confused when they're trying to do the things they have done on autopilot for years. As the cause of dementia further affects more and more of their brain, a person with dementia symptoms starts to lose the ability to reason and understand more involved and intellectual undertakings. They might not recognize what objects are or what they're used for. They might have trouble with one or more of the steps needed to complete a task. Or they might get halfway through one and then start something else. Things that used to be easy become very difficult. Over time, everything we learned since we were babies might disappear from our brain, and they may find it really difficult to process tasks like getting dressed, washing, eating, or going to the bathroom. They might not know where they are and get lost easily in a familiar space. They may have trouble keeping themselves safe. Often, this culminates in people with dementia symptoms losing interest in activities they used to enjoy, and so are less likely to take part or even try them, and their ability to learn new activities can be lost as well. They will need even more help and support from other people. They need those caring for them to step up and proactively think for them, including helping them to engage and participate in meaningful social activities. It's important to frame your approach to all activities in a way that is familiar to the individual. Doing so will help you enhance communication as you connect with the past feelings and memories where the person now resides. By using common memorabilia or topics from the past in your conversations, you can build the necessary trust. In our world of handheld electronic devices, instant communication, and fast foods, we do not think in terms of the technologies that were used in the early 20th century. Many of these gadgets, ideas, and conversation topics have become impractical. But what is obsolete to us in a practical sense is a gold mine for fostering great conversations with the person who has dementia symptoms, forming bonds as we enter into that person's world of fond memories. Items of nostalgia can be used to redirect your loved one or client or resident with a sense of familiarity and security, especially if they have special meaning to the person you are caring for. For example, a person who worked a long time as a secretary would relate to a manual typewriter. Someone who enjoyed church music might like to talk about the old pump-style church organs, or a homemaker about ringer-style washing machines or party line telephones. Discussing these items can help you develop a social history that is customized to the person's past individual experiences. So here's a list of such items to consider talking about when working with your loved one or client or resident. You may be able to show the person pictures of some of these items, or even better, have some of the smaller ones available for them to touch or handle or keep. Talk about party lines on the telephone, along with showing a crank or rotary dial telephone, or talk about the telephone operator who loved to do the community gossip. How about pump-style organs that accompany church choirs, ringer-style washing machines? How about washboards, coal heaters or stoves, with that familiar coal bin and coal chute to the basement? Toilets that flush with a chain, pedal-driven sewing machines, manual typewriters, cars that started with a crank in front, glass milk bottles delivered to the door by a horse-drawn cart or the milk truck. Oh, the good humor ice cream man. Doctors who actually made house calls. How about glass Coca-Cola bottles in a wooden carrier? What about the bottle caps that used to be lined with cork? Or the old malt shop on the corner with a jukebox? I remember as a child penny candy. And I remember my mom saving S&H green stamps, filling the books, and buying different items at the stamp store. What about sock hops, poodle skirts, and the jitterbug, or the Charleston and flappers? The Iron Curtain. How about fallout shelters, live radio shows such as Walter Winchell, Jack Benny, the Bickersons, or The Shadow, who had one sponsor and its famous slogan, "You can trust your car to the man who wears the star." How about favorite vintage game shows, Beat the Clock, Concentration, I've Got a Secret, Truth or Consequences, What's My Line, You Bet Your Life, also known as The Groucho Show. Take the time to do some research. Learn more about these. You may not have heard about any of these on this list, and learning more will help you to talk about them and connect to the other long ago memories, along with the feelings these items and topics and talking points might bring to the surface. The person you're caring for was probably greatly influenced by at least one, if not many, of the subjects or items on this list. The more you discover about your loved one or client's past, the more easily you will be able to reach him or her through their unique past experiences and their special dementia dialect. A good short and simple conversation, one-on-one or group discussion, can take the place of a sometimes too detailed and difficult to follow complex scheduled group activity. And here's a list of easy to implement dementia-aware individual or small or large group activities such as painting, drawing, jigsaw puzzles, gardening, flower arranging, engaging with children or dogs or other animals, reading groups, social events like happy hour, photo albums, discussions, and group reminiscing, so important. How about just setting the table or sorting items by color, folding clothes, pairing socks, washing and drying dishes, preparing food, pouring drinks, distributing and serving food and drinks, dancing or listening to music, any sensory experience. Create a memory box. How about untying knots, boxes of different textured materials, playing cards, hand massages, Or, of course, short indoor or outdoor walks. And don't feel you have to fill every minute of the day. Quiet times are important too, including sleep. Lose your preconceived notions of how activities should be done and what the outcome is supposed to be, as those with varying levels of loss and different dementia symptoms may not be capable of understanding a goal of an activity. Live in the moment. For more information on dementia-aware activities, check out my website, laurawayman.com. And of course, check out my book, A Loving Approach to Dementia Care, second edition, that is published by Johns Hopkins University Press. And there you will find many more tips and strategies to better care for and connect with any individual with any dementia symptoms. Signing off for now, with love, the Dementia Whisperer.